Okay, now we will start our session. Our first question is about the silent features. The question is which of the following provisions in the Constitution of India have a bearing on education? The options are DPSPs, rural and urban local bodies, fifth schedule, sixth schedule, or seventh schedule. Anyone answer? What will be the right answer of this question? Guys, you have 30 seconds. Quick. The right answer is option C. 1, 2, and 5th. Yes. Right. The second question is the provisions in the fifth schedule and the sixth schedule in the Constitution of India are made in order to. The options are protect the interests of scheduled tribes. Number second, determine the boundaries between the states. Number third, determine the powers and authority and responsibilities of the panchayat. The fourth one is protect the interest of all the border states. What will be the right answer? The time starts now. The right answer is option A. According to the fifth schedule of the Constitution is related to the provisions related to the administrations and control of scheduled areas and scheduled tribes. And the sixth schedule is related to the provisions related to the administration of the tribal areas in the states of Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, and Mizoram. ओके मेक श्योर क्वेश्चन गाइस कि आप लक्ष्मीकांत से इतने जो स्केड्यूल्स आपका स्केड्यूल फिफ्थ एंड स्केड्यूल सिक्स इसको प्लीज एक बार अच्छे से रिवाइज कर लीजिए बिकॉज इट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट द थर्ड वन इज just give me a second. Okay, now is it visible? Guys, now is it okay? Okay. Question number third. Under which schedule of the Constitution of India can transfer of tribal land to the private parties for the mining to be declared null and void? What will be the right answer? Third schedule, fifth schedule, ninth schedule, or 12th? Which schedule? The right answer is option B, fifth schedule. Question number four. If a particular area is brought under the fifth schedule of the Constitution of India, which one of the following statement best reflects the consequences of it? B. No. दर्शना क्वेश्चन नंबर फोर्थ का आंसर ऑप्शन बी नहीं है अगर आप लोगों ने चेक किया होगा तो लास्ट क्लास के बाद आप लोगों को एक पीडीएफ भी प्रोवाइड की गई थी जिसमें आपको प्रॉपरली बताया गया था कि आपको कौन कौन से टॉपिक्स पढ़ने और उनमें से किस चैप्टर से क्या इंपॉर्टेंट है प्लीज चेक करते रहिए बिकॉज यहाँ पे जो आपको पॉलिटी के क्वेश्चन रिपीट करवाए जा रहे हैं ये जो भी सॉल्व करवा जा रहे हैं वो थीमेटिक क्वेश्चंस हैं, मींस जो आपके थीम्स कंटिन्यू रिपीट हो रहे हैं। यूपीएससी सेम क्वेश्चन रिपीट नहीं करता है, बट वो थीम्स रिपीट करते हैं। तो जो भी थीम्स आपकी रिपीट हो रही है उससे रिलेटेड जो भी पीवाई क्यूज आए हैं या जो भी एमसीक्यूज है वो आप लोगों को यहाँ पे प्रैक्टिस करवाए जा रहे हैं। ओके ओके दर्शना, यस, आपका थर्ड का आंसर भी था दर्शना, ठीक है। नाउ फोर्थ क्वेश्चन, if a particular area is brought under the fifth schedule of the Constitution of India, which one of the following statement best reflects the consequences of it? The right answer is A. Okay, Karthik, you are absolutely right. Now, move to the next topic, which is preamble. Preamble. The total number of questions asked from the 2011 to 2022 are around some 4 to 5 questions. Okay. Now, question number one: which of the following objective is not embodied in the preamble to the Constitution of India? Option number one, liberty of thoughts. Option number second, economic liberty. Option number third, liberty of expression. And option number four, liberty of brief. Your time starts now. What will be the right answer of question number first of preamble? Yes, Sid, the right answer is option B. It's economic liberty. Second question, the mind of the makers of the Constitution of India is reflected in which of the following? Option number one, the preamble. Number second, the fundamental rights. Number third, the directive principles of the state policy. And the number fourth, fundamental duties. Question number second, answer quick. Hurry up. Which one? The right answer of question number second is B, the fundamental rights. The third question, the preamble of the Constitution of India is. दर्शना, आपका आंसर गलत था। सेकेंड का आपका आंसर था आंसर बी। नाउ आई एम रिपीटिंग द क्वेश्चन वंस अगेन। द माइंड ऑफ द मेकर्स ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया is reflected in which of the following? The preamble, the fundamental rights, the directive principles of the state policy, and the fundamental duties. The right answer is option B, because in the Beruberi Union case which held in 1960, the Supreme Court stated that the preamble was the key. The preamble was the key to the minds of the framers of the Constitution and showed the general purpose for which they made several provisions in the Constitution. Okay? तो उन्होंने जो preamble है preamble को की बोला था, तो रिफ्लेक्ट कर रहे हैं। सॉरी, preamble नहीं था, फंडामेंटल राइट्स था क्वेश्चन नंबर सेकेंड का आंसर। The third one is the preamble of the Constitution of India is option number one, a part of the Constitution but has no legal effect. Number second, not a part of the Constitution and has no legal effect either. Option number C, a part of the Constitution and has the same legal effect as any other part. Option number four, a part of the Constitution but has no legal effect independently of other parts. What will be the right answer? Question number third, what will be the right answer, guys? The right answer is answer D, a part of the Constitution but has no legal effect independently of other parts, which is stated in the Keshwan and Bharti case, which held in 1973. Guys, जो आपके ये केसेस हुए ना, ये थोड़े से ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है, जस्ट बिकॉज आपका मेंस के लिए भी है और प्रीलिम्स के लिए भी है, क्योंकि अभी रिसेंटली बहुत सारे कुछ कुछ चेंजेस हुए हैं, कुछ कुछ नए नए केस, जो पुराने केसेस थे उनके जो भी जजमेंट्स हैं उनसे रिलेटेड कुछ और नए जजमेंट्स दिए गए। तो मेक श्योर कि जो भी केसेस हैं उनको आप पढ़ लीजिएगा, बिकॉज वो बेसिक फॉर्म में कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन से बहुत ज़्यादा बेसिक रिलेटेड है और हम लोग नॉर्मली बेसिक चीजों को स्किप कर देते हैं कि हाईलाइटेड चीजें पढ़ रहे हैं, यहाँ ये इतना ज्यादा दिया गया है तो ये इंपॉर्टेंट है, इसको पढ़ लेते हैं, बट यूपीएससी हमेशा हाई लेवल क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछता। ओके, सो मेक श्योर आपको सारी चीजें क्लियर हो। बेसिक चीज अब बहुत कभी कभी बहुत डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन पूछ लेते हैं एनसीईआरटी से, जो हम लोग नॉर्मली स्किप कर देते हैं कि इतना बेसिक तो नहीं पूछेंगे। Okay, and keep revising. Question number 4. What was the exact constitutional status of the India on 26 January 1950? Number 1, a democratic republic. Number 2, a sovereign democratic republic. Number 3, a sovereign secular democratic republic. Or the option number 4, a sovereign socialist secular democratic republic. What will be the right answer of this question? Darshna, Karthik, Ajay, the right? No, Ajay. Second one, D is not the right answer. Please read the question once again. What was the exact constitutional status of India on 26th January 1950? Is it a sovereign, socialist, secular, and democratic republic? Guys, the right answer is option number B, a sovereign democratic republic. On 26 January 1950, the preamble described the status of India as sovereign democratic republic, and the thing to remember is that the word socialist, secular, and integrated were added later. Okay, the right answer is option B. Now, move to the next topic, which is citizenship. Okay, citizenship. Just read the question. With reference to India, consider the following statement. Number 1, there is only one citizenship and one domicile. Number 2, a citizen by birth only can become the head of the state. Number 3, a foreigner once granted the citizenship cannot be deprived of it under any circumstances. What will be the answer? Option number 1 only, option B 2 only, option C 1 and 3, and the option D 2 and 3. What will be the right answer, guys? The right answer is option number 1, which is 1 only. Okay, why 1 only? In statement 1 is correct because in India there is only one citizenship and one domicile. While the statement second is incorrect, in India, both a citizen by birth and as well as a naturalized citizen are eligible for the office of the president. This is completely different from the USA, where only a citizen by birth and not a naturalized citizen is eligible for the office of president. Why the statement third is incorrect? A foreigner once granted citizenship can be deprived of it under circumstances prescribed by the Citizenship Act of 1955. अगर आप लोगों ने प्रॉपरली रिवाइज किया होगा, जो प्रॉपरली मैंने आपको नोट्स भी बनवाए हुए हैं, तो क्लियरली जो आपको सिटीजनशिप वाले थे वहाँ पे पॉइंट्स मेंशन है, वहाँ पे प्रॉपरली दिया गया है कि कौन कौन सी सिटीजनशिप होती है या डोमिसाइल्स होते हैं, किसके क्या क्या डिफरेंस होते हैं। तो प्लीज कीप रिवाइजिंग। अभी तक आपकी सिटीजनशिप से सिर्फ एक ही क्वेश्चन पूछा गया है 2011 से 2022 तक, बट दिस चैप्टर इज important. Now, fundamental rights. The total number of questions asked from the 2011 to 2022 is 7. The first question is right to privacy is protected as an intrinsic part of the right to life and personal liberty. Which of the following in the Constitution of India correctly and appropriately imply the above statement? Option number 1, Article 14 and the provisions under the 42nd Amendment to the Constitution. Option number 2, Article 17 and the DPSPs in Part 4. Option number C, Article 21 and the freedoms guaranteed in Part 3rd. Number 4, Article 24 and the provisions under the 44th Amendment of the Constitution. What will be the right answer? Darshana, Karthik, Helen, Ajay. What will be the right answer of this question? The right answer is answer C, option number C, Article 21 and the freedom guaranteed in Part 3. Question number second, right to privacy is protected under which article of the Constitution of India? Option number 1, Article 15, option number second, Article 19, option number third, Article 21, and option number fourth, Article 29. द राइट आंसर इज आर्टिकल 21 जो आपके प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन में भी रिपीट हुआ था दैट्स वाई द थीम्स आर इम्पोर्टेंट यूपीएससी अभी सेम क्वेश्चन देखिए आपका जो पहले वाला क्वेश्चन था राइट टू प्राइवेसी उन्होंने पूरा स्टेटमेंट दे दिया था सिर्फ आपसे आर्टिकल पूछा था और सेकेंड में उन्होंने सिर्फ आपको एक वर्ड की वर्ड दिया राइट टू प्राइवेसी और आपसे आर्टिकल पूछ लिया विच इज आर्टिकल 21 यस हेलन यू आर राइट Question number third. Which of the following categories of fundamental rights incorporates protection against the untouchability as a form of discrimination? Option number one, right against exploitation. Number second, right to freedom. Number third, right to constitutional remedies. Number fourth, right to equality. What will be the answer of question number third? The right answer is answer number D, right to equality. The Constitution under Part 3rd, fundamental rights provide for the right to equality, which includes Article 14 to 18 and Article 17 of the right to equality is abolition of untouchability. Yes, the right answer is answer D, option number D. The next question is, which of the following are investigated by the right against exploitation in the Constitution of the India? Number one, prohibition of traffic in human beings and forced labor. Number second, abolition of untouchability. Number third, protection of the interest of the minorities. Number four, prohibition of the employment of children in factories and mines. Now, what are the options? Option number one, two, and four only. Option number two, three, and four only. Option number three, one, and four only. And option number four, one, two, three, and four only. What will be the right answer of question number four? Anyone? The right answer of question number four is option C, which is 1 and 4 only. Article 23, prohibition of trafficking in human beings and forced labor. Article 24, prohibition of employment of children in factories. And आपका आता है abolition of untouchability, Article 17. Article 29, which is includes the protection of interest of minorities in cultural and educational rights. ठीक है? Articles are important. Keep revising. Question number 5th. Guys, is it visible? Question number 5th. Which article of the Constitution of India safeguards one's right to marry the person of one's choice? Article 19, Article 21, Article 25, Article 29. Guys, answer fast. Right to freedom? Ajay, I'm asking about which article? Article 19? No. Wrong answer. Article 19 is the protection of six rights regarding the freedom of speech and expression, freedom of assembly, freedom of association, freedom of movement, freedom of residence, and freedom of profession, which is Article 9. Yes, the right answer is option B, which is Article 21. Guys, please keep revising the article. Articles are very, very important. Sometimes they ask directly, sometimes they give you the definition and ask you about the article. Okay? Question number 6. What is the position of the right to property in India? Number 1, legal right available to citizens only. Number 2, legal rights available to any person. Number third, fundamental rights available to citizens only. And the fourth one is neither fundamental rights nor legal rights. What will be the right answer of question number six? Come on, guys, quick answer. B. Yes. The right answer is option B, which is legal right available to any person. Move to the next question. A legislation which confers on the executive or administrative authority an unguided and uncontrolled discretionary powers in the matter of application of law violates which of the following articles of the Constitution of India? Article 14, Article 28, Article 32, Article 44. What will be the answer of this question? Option number 1, Article 14, option number B, Article 28, option number 3, Article 32, and option number 4, Article 44. The right answer is option number 1, which is Article 40, which describes the equality before the law. Okay? Now move to the next topic, which is DPSP's Directive Principles of the State. The total number of questions asked from 2011 to 2022 are 30. The maximum number of questions from 2011 to 2022 is asked from the DPSPs. That means how important this chapter is. Question number 1. Economic justice as one of the objectives of the Indian Constitution has been provided in number 1. The preamble and the fundamental rights. Number 2. The preamble and the directive principles of the state policy. Number 3. The fundamental rights and the directive principles of the state policy. Number 4. None of the above. What will be the right answer of this question? The right answer is option B, the preamble and the DPSPs. Economic justice is the objective of the preamble and the DPSP. The second one is which principle among the following was added to the DPSPs by the 42nd Amendment to the Constitution? Number 1, equal pay for equal work for both men and women. Number 2, participation of workers in the management of industries. Number 3, right to work, education and public assistance. Number 4, securing living wage and the human condition of work to workers. What will be the answer of this? Yes? Yes, Helen, you are absolutely right. The right answer is option number B, which is participation of workers in the management of the industries. Now, third question. Consider the following statements regarding the DPSPs. Option number 1. The principal shall out the socio-economic democracy of the country. Number 2. The provisions contained in these principles are not enforceable by any court. Number third, which of the following statements are correct? Is or are correct? Number 1, option number 1 only, option number B, 2 only, option number C, both A 1 and 2, and option number D, neither 1 nor 2. The right answer is option number C, which is both 1 and 2, which is clearly mentioned in the Lakshmikant in the features of DPSP. Please read the point number 3rd and 4th. Fourth one, according to the Constitution of India, question number 4. According to the Constitution of India, which of the following are fundamental for the governance of the country? Number 1, fundamental rights. Number 2, fundamental duties. Number 3, DPSPs. And number 4, fundamental rights and fundamental duties. What will be the right answer of this question, guys? The right answer is option number C, which is DPSPs came under Article 37. As per the Article 37 of the DPSPs, their principles are fundamental in the governance of the country, and it shall be the duty of the state to apply their principles in making laws. Now move to the next question, which is consider the following provisions under the DPSPs are enshrined in the Constitution of India. Option number 1, securing for citizens of India a uniform civil code. Number 2, organizing village panchayats. Number 3, promoting cottage industries in rural areas. Number 4, securing for all workers reasonable leisure and cultural opportunities. Which of the above are the Gandhian principles that are reflected in the DPSPs? Option number A, 1, 2, and 4 only. Option number B, 2 and 3 only. Option number C, 1, 3, and 4 only. And option number D, 1, 2, 3, and 4. The right answer of this question is option number B. Option number B, there is a clear classification of the socialist principles, Gandhian principles, and liberal intellectual principles, which are given in Lakshmikant on page, I think, page number 8.2. Okay, so please read them at least once. I'm suggesting you जो भी टॉपिक्स मैंने आपको प्रॉपरली आपको दिए जा रहे प्रोवाइड किए जा रहे उनको लक्ष्मीकांत से एटलीस्ट 2 से 3 बार रिवाइज कर लीजिए। बिकॉज बहुत ही सिंपल स्टेटमेंट्स हैं जिनसे ऑलरेडी यूपीएससी क्वेश्चन पूछ चुकी है। So there are more chances that UPSC can also repeat the same themes in 2023 as well. The question number 6. Consider the following statements with reference to the Constitution of India. The DPSPs constitute limitations upon legislative functions or executive functions. Which of the above statement is or are correct? Option number A, 1 only. Option number B, 2 only. Option number C, both 1 and 2. And option number D, neither 1 or not 2. The right answer is option number D, which is neither 1 or neither 2, because DPSPs are non-justiciable in nature. It means that they are not legally enforceable by the court. Therefore, the government cannot be compelled to implement them. They are simply like the instrument of instructions which are enumerated in the Government of the India Act of 1935 and the affirmative directions. They do not limit the legislative or executive functions. Okay? Is it clear? Now, question number 7, which is in the Constitution of India, promotions of international peace and security is included in preamble of the Constitution, DPSPs, fundamental duties, or ninth schedule. What will be the right answer of question number 7? The right answer is option number B, which is DPSP Article 51. Okay? Article 51 to promote international peace and the security and maintain just an honorable relation between the nations. Okay? Now move to the next question. Question number 8. Which part of the Constitution of India declares the ideal of welfare states? Option number 1, DPSPs. Option number 2, fundamental rights. Option number 3, preamble. And option number 4, 7th schedule. The right answer is option number 1, DPSPs. The welfare state is a concept of governance in which the state plays a key role in the protection and promotion of economic and social well-being. Okay. For this question, please refer to the point number 3, features of the DPSPs, which is again mentioned in Lakshmikant, page number 8.1. Okay. Now, next question, which is under the Indian Constitution, concentration of wealth of wallets. Option number A, the right to equality. Option number B, the DPSP. Option number 3, the right to freedom. And the option number 4, the concept of welfare. Guys, what will be the answer of this question? The right answer is option B, DPSP under Article 39 Clause C, which is the prevention of concentration of wealth and means of production. Alright? Yes, Helen, you are absolutely right. Now move to the next question. In India, separation of judiciary from the executive is enjoined by the option number A, preamble, option number B, PPSP, option number C, seventh schedule, option number D, the conventional practice. Now, what will be the answer? Again, the answer is option number B, which is DPSP, and the article is Article 50, which deals with to separate the judiciary from the executive in the public service of the state. Question number 11. The idea of the welfare state in the Indian Constitution is enshrined in its. Guys, please avoid the external noise. Question number 11. The ideal of welfare state in the Indian Constitution is enshrined in its option number A, preamble, option number B, DPSP, option number C, fundamental rights, and option number D, which is seventh schedule. What will be the right answer? Again, the right answer is option number B. And why the option number B? Again, I'm telling you, please refer to the point number 3 of the features of the DPSP, which is mentioned in Lakshmikant page number 8.1. Please read the explanation from there. The next question is with reference to the provisions contained in part 4th of the Constitution of the India, which of the following statement is or are correct? Number 1, they shall be enforceable by court. Number 2, they shall not be enforceable by any court. Number 3, the principles laid down in the part are to influence the making of laws by the state. The answers are option number 1, option number A 1 only, option number B 2 only, option number C 1 and 3 only, and option number D 2 and 3 only. The right answer is option number D, which is 2 and 3 only. The right answer is option number D, which is 2 and 3 only. In part 4th of the Constitution of India refers to the DPSP. Article, read the Article 37 once again. Okay. Now, the last question of the day, which is other than the fundamental rights, which of the following parts of the Constitution of India reflect the principle and the provisions of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights? Human Rights Declaration was up to 1948. Then the option number 1 is preamble, option number 2 DPSP, option number 3 fundamental rights. So select the correct answers using the given code. Option A, it's 1 and 2 only. Option 2, 2 only. Option C, 1 and 3 only. And option D, option 1, 2 and 3. Option number D, yes, you are absolutely right. The right answer of this question is option number D. Okay, guys. So here is a simple quote for you. A month from now, you can have a month of progress or a month of excuses and regret. Choice is all yours. So guys, how's the class? Any doubt? Any queries? Guys, am I audible? तो गाइस आज आप लोगों को जितने भी क्वेश्चंस मैंने डिस्कस करवाए हैं इनके साथ आपको एक एडिशनल पीडीएफ प्रोवाइड करवा दी जाएगी। आपको जो क्वेश्चंस थे इनके इनकी तो पीडीएफ आपको मिलेगी, साथ आपको एक इंस्ट्रक्शंस पीडीएफ और प्रोवाइड की जाएगी जिसको आप अच्छे से पढ़ लीजिएगा। तो आपके जो डाउट्स है ना वो क्लियर हो जाएंगे कि आपको एंटायर बुक लक्ष्मीकांत पढ़ने का टाइम भी अगर आप पढ़ेंगे तो रिवाइज भी नहीं कर पाएंगे। जो आपके इंपॉर्टेंट चैप्टर्स है किस चैप्टर से आपको क्या पढ़ना है और आपको कितना पढ़ना है, ठीक है। आपको प्रॉपर्ली हर चैप्टर के इंस्ट्रक्शंस प्रोवाइड किए जाएंगे कि आपको किस चैप्टर में से कितना पढ़ना है कितना नहीं पढ़ना है। एंड आपको मंडे को नेक्स्ट वीक के टॉपिक्स प्रोवाइड करवा देंगे। कीप रिवाइजिंग, कीप लर्निंग एंड ऑल द बेस्ट फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू for 2023. Hope you are going to perform very well and achieve your goals. April is the last month for the preparation because mental pressure सबके ऊपर है। keep revising and keep practicing because a month from now you can have a month of progress or a month of excuses and regrets. So finally its choices all yours in the entire month of April. Keep practicing, keep revising, PYQs कीजिए, MCQs कीजिए, जो भी आपके रिपीटेड थीम्स है वो आपको सारी प्रोवाइड करवाई जा रही है। प्रॉपरली आप उनको अच्छे से पढ़िए, समझिए, जो भी डाउट्स हो वो क्लियर कीजिए। वेल गाइस, मिलते हैं आपसे नेक्स्ट संडे। बाकी कल की क्लास में जिसको भी आना हो वो आ सकता है। करंट अफेयर्स की क्लास लिंक आपको सुबह 10:45 और 10:50 को प्रोवाइड करवा दी जाएगी। थैंक यू एवरीवन।